Greetings, community, and welcome to Entropy in Comics and another edition of Kevin's most anticipated reads tomorrow for New Comic Book Day, 10 29 2025. And here we are once again. It's great to be alive. I appreciate each and every single one of you that cruises on through. Without you, it would only be half as much fun as it actually really is. So, hey, I want to just take a moment and say thank you very much. Now, let's go ahead and start it off with Vault. They're going to bring us something that hasn't been around in quite some time, which is Barbaric, the Black Knight, issue number 1. Now, this is a one-shot, unfortunately, but hey, when you get to Barbaric type of storytelling, sometimes one can be enough for some. Hey, I appreciate you cruising on through it. Let's cruise this. How's it going? So, Barbaric is the story of a barbarian, and this barbarian is cursed. He's cursed to wield a axe that is bloodthirsty. The blood thirst for is only that of which you can say justfully need to die. I'm not one to judge, but I'm just saying that the the axe does all the judging for you. So it is an interesting story to tell when this individual is forced to carry an axe wielding justice, I guess, but in a just way. It's really interesting, and I really miss the story. So here we are with a one-shot, Barbaric, the Black Knight, issue number 1, one-shot. Shaking Girl, I appreciate you cruising on through and hanging out with me. Hey, let's cruise over from, oh no, wait, we got one more from Vault. Sorry, got a little sidetracked. Vault has also given us another one, which is Money Shot. This is the Big Bang, and it is issue number 5, finishing out a great series. The cool thing about this is the contributor, one of which on this series is Patton Oswalt. I am hopefully going to see him on the 8th. I am looking forward to it. Hopefully, I'll actually see one or two of the actual community members there. Can't wait. That stated, Money Shot Big Bang issue number 5. This is an interesting story. It's a story about scientists who have to find means to go ahead and conduct their science experiments out in the cosmos. The only way they can feel their way is by shooting porn out there in the universe. It's a very interesting and erotic storytelling of scientists just trying to conduct science for the better good of humanity, of course. Moving out from Money Shot, Big Bang issue number 5, finishing out the series, and let's cruise over to IDW, giving us Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Annual 2025. This finishes out the year of what we're getting and rounding up, capping off what we got from Aaron and starting off a whole new adventures with all new writers, all new artists. And this is a way of doing it by giving us an annual. I am looking forward to not only reading this, but it's the curiosity of where they go from here really is peaking. And the, how should I say, the transition of which annual I am actually curious to read because I am hoping it does some type of semblance from the old arc that we just finished out to the new arc that we're about to get. And I'm just curious, and we'll soon to see. Let's move out from IDW, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Annual 2025, and cruise over to Omni Press, giving us Cult of Lamb, Schism, issue number 1. This is another one in which that it's been some time. Not only that, I'm not a player of the Cult of Lamb game. However, I am a total fan of the storyline. Son plays the game. I know the story, and we're both a fan of the comic. Now, this is also a one-shot to my understanding, but it does set up, I think it's a 3-issue miniseries that will be coming out soon. I am, as I said before, a Cult of Lamb fan of Lamb cult. Something like that. What I'm getting at is this is a story of a lamb who was forced to make sacrifice for the betterment of his people. He kind of sold his soul to a few devils, and in turn, he had to create his own new cult. He's doing the bidding of them and decided to forego them and do the bidding of his people in his own way for his own cult. And here we are, Schism, issue number 1. Let's move out from Omni Press, Cult of Lamb, issue number 1 of Schism, and cruise over to Marvel, which is going to start us off with. I didn't put it on my original list, but I did decide to get it. This is on Deadpool. There is some first appearances in this thing, but moreover, this did seem a little bit different from the Deadpool series that is normally out there. I don't normally read the Deadpool stuff unless it's with some other character, some type of partnership. it did pique my curiosity because of how many different characters are going to be in there and the direction of the story. On Deadpool. Hey, it's that time of year. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? It was fitting. Let's move on from Deadpool issue number 1 coming out on 10/29, 2025, and cruise over to the all-new Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider issue number 3. This series has been kind of cool. We knew where the direction of where it was going. We already kind of know who the villain, I guess we can say, is the one that's been stalking her. The one, but it's a little more closer in that. I'm just saying, I don't want to ruin it, but we know who it is. I decided to get this cover. I will get the cover A. It will be shipping out to me, but I mean, come on. It's that time of the year, and damn, look at these covers. Aren't they cool? Just say, I am not only collecting the covers, but I'm anxious to get into the storyline. It is fun. I keep trying to not pick this series up, but the storyline is so enjoyable because it doesn't take itself too seriously, but there's enough gravity and substance to the storyline to keep me there. It is a beautiful blend of not taking itself too seriously, as I said, but enough to understand that the reader is not going to read a bunch of silliness without some substance. And there's just enough there to go ahead and continue to pique my curiosity each and every issue. Let's move out from all new Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider issue number 3 and cruise over to Black Cat issue number 3. There's another one I decided to go ahead and get this kind of Rivals thing. And yeah, I'm getting all the Rival stuff, not only because I really like the art, but Kai asked me to get them. I'm just saying. And he's been playing all the Rival stuff, and I've been digging it. We'll be talking about that in a moment. So anyways, Black Cat. I'm a huge fan of Black Cat. You go ahead and give me a Black Cat series. I'm going to go ahead and read it. It's hard to go ahead and just discontinue any Black Cat series because it tends to be so well written. It tends to be a McKay story or someone else, but it always tends to stay true to the underlying storyline of what we know of Felicia. So love the Black Cat stuff. It's really cool. I'm liking the fact that she is now readdressing her own identity to something that's a little bit more, in my opinion, acceptable to what us readers kind of see her as anyway. So, hey, I'm just digging it. Don't want to give too much away. Issue number 3 of Black Cat coming out to you and me on 10/29, 2025. Let's move off from that and cruise over to the Death of Silver Surfer, issue number 5. This finishes out the series. There's no mystery of there's a new surfer out there. Did I get it? I don't think I got it. I do have it coming, but yeah, I almost ended up kind of specking off. Anyways, we do know that it's a different surfer. The surfer of yore is not the surfer of present, and I don't know. I haven't heard anybody talking about it yet. I haven't heard anybody talking about it yet. I don't know if anyone's reading it. I've been enjoying it. What ended up happening in issue number 5 was rather 4 was rather significant. I ended up picking up a bunch of those. Maybe I'll probably will go to the shop and end up getting another of the cover A. It's a new surfer. What can I say? I don't want to run for people, but the series has been it's been enjoyable for me. It's not in the direction I thought it was going to go, especially when you say Death of Silver Surfer and where it originally went, and then when I did the U-turn. Really? I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes from here, and that's what I'm saying. It almost made my most anticipated read, but it missed it by that much. All right, let's move on to Death of Silver Surfer issue number 5 and cruise over to Marvel Rivals King in Black issue number 1. This was originally released as a digital series, issue 13 through 18, if I recall, from the digital series Marvel Rivals, the King in Black series. There's I've been hearing a lot of online fanfare about this. The series is supposed to be really good. I'm hoping they put it all together as one coherent storyline in print, but I'll take it as they'll give it to me. Again, this is issues 13 through 18, so we get a whole arc right here. But I would love to be able to just buy the whole series. I don't know how you can buy that yet, but I'm here. I'll just take what I can get. King in Black is coming. These are all teasers to the inevitable that we're going to be receiving coming months, just in a couple of months when we end up getting Null coming on back through. So I'm just saying, I'll take what I get. Here we are, Marvel Rivals, King in Black, issue number 1, coming out on 10/29, 2025. Let's cruise out from that, talk about Thor, issue number 3. There's another one that I've been getting. Look at how cute this is. Marvel Rivals. Jeff putting on a cool costume. I'm just, come on, seriously. So hey, I was trying to drop this. I originally did not put this on my pull list, and then when I got to the shop, I'm like, all right, I'll take it. I ended up flipping through a couple pages at the shop because I was waiting for some people to go through, and then I found myself wrapped into it. Next thing I know, I'm like, all right, I'll take issue 2 and 3, and here we are, issue number 3. Yeah, this series turned out to be considerably better than I really anticipated it to be. It is bridging off from what the other story ended at. What was that, 30? Something like that. I can't remember. Anyways, my point being is I am digging the direction that's going. Thor's mortal, and he's a badass. And the way he doesn't take any shit. Before, he would, short-tempered. All I can say is, wow, Thor, seriously? I really been digging the series. It is not at all what I thought, the direction that I thought it was going. And issue number 3, I have no expectations for. I truly don't. I have no idea where the series is going. What I do know is I'm picking up the whole arc and see if it's worth picking up the arc after. I'm sure it's going to be. And here I am picking up another 60 freaking titles a month. Hey, let's move on for Thor issue number 3 because I can't wait to read that. But hey, let's cruise on through and talk about Venom, Black, White, and Blood. Issue number 3. I have a whole lot of fun when you go ahead and give me these multiple series in these books. I like the fact that you go ahead and get 3 or 4 stories within these type of storylines. I love the fact that these writers, these artists can get to play a little bit more and a little bit more liberal with the actual ability to go in directions that they don't normally have the ability to do so when it's a true direction in an arc or a series or a storyline. When you get these little tidbits and these quick little stories, they can be, I mean, they can be punchy. They can ride on a precipice of acceptable and not acceptable for different reasons and ways. And sometimes the way the art is depicted and the story, it's just, you never know what you're going to get. And I really appreciate that when you get these type of series. I am a massive fan of Venom. So you go ahead and give me this type of combination. I'm going to pretty much pick it up every time. Here we are. Here I am again, picking up these type of series. Venom, Black, White, and Blood, issue number 3, coming out to you and me on 10/29/2025. Let's move on to the last publisher, Image. Image is going to first start us off with Universal Masters Dracula Black, White, and Special. This is a special that not only gives us a different storyline, but is going to be depicted and only drawn in black and white. I like this kind of series because then it goes ahead and it allows a little more truer focus on the storyline. And then the art tends to be allowing the reader a little bit of more imagination. And then that, much like when you watch like a Hitchcock type film, you're going to go ahead and allow the suspense or the stuff in between the stuff that's actually drawn. You get to fill in those gaps. And sometimes that just offers just that little bit more than what an artist can actually depict in a series and or a storyline. I am not only digging this type of concept when it comes out and I get to pick these type of books up, but when it comes to a traditional Universal style monster, yeah, I'm going to pick it up pretty much every time. Just saying. Universal Monsters, which is a 2-issue miniseries coming out to you and me, is starting off with Universal Monsters Dracula Black, White Special, issue number 1, coming out tomorrow, 10/29/2025. But however, what we're here to talk about is that's correct. This week's Blue Light Special is Feral, issue number 17. This series does not fail in any way to produce bone-chilling, heart-pounding excitement, misery, horror, suspense. I mean, it's all wrapped up in this title to the point that every time this comes out every month, it almost sends chills every time I even think about the series because it always leaves off at these moments of peril or terror or just these just these moments in which that you're so I don't know, it really holds you, and it pulls you in. And I think part of it is because there's animals in it, and it's because it's told in the storyline, much like a Walking Dead style storyline, where every time you turn, it doesn't. You never get a moment to go ahead and breathe because there's always some impending doom. And when it comes around these baby kittens, and it comes around these cats, and when cats are turning on one another, it just goes to show you that no matter what, when it comes to good storytelling, it doesn't really matter the subject matter, people, animals, or whatever. And when you talk about those in which that are always trying to strive for hope, these type of stories are always going to rip out your heart. And I think that's what Tony Fleeks is doing so well in the series, along with his group, Tris Forstner and Tone Rodriguez. They're doing such a masterful job in the series that every month they just tend to just hit me so hard with so many emotions that it's difficult to get up from. But I look forward to it every month. Hey, I appreciate everyone that cruise on through. I do appreciate you truly. To Las Cruces, to Jag, to I saw Shangy Girl in there, and anyone and everyone that cruise on through. I greatly appreciate you. And that's it for me. Entropy. You stay well. Bye.